Hi everybody, Josh Ford here. Just coming to you today because, well, we have a lot to overcome over the next days, weeks, months, and even over the next year. We have avoided World War III by not getting Hillary Clinton elected. We have avoided putting another oligarchy president at the top of the food chain. But what we need to do is to get people to pull together in a way that we haven't done in a very long time. We have to put people and planet ahead of profit and power. We need to learn to trust again in each other and in our current president. It's not easy. We all have learned how just corrupt and mishandled our futures and fortunes, and the future of our planet itself has been mishandled. But we have to find trust somewhere. And we need to find that trust in President Trump because he's the man that wasn't supposed to win a rigged election. He's the guy that is standing up to the corruption. Just like JFK did back in the day, it cost him his life. I think the difference here now is Trump has the military on his side. It's why we're going to have a military parade. It's why so many people are confused and whether or not they can trust Trump, or because we have a mainstream media that is still controlled by the oligarchy. We have a Democratic Party that is, I can't even put a number on it, but it seems the vast majority of Democrats at this point are oligarchy members, and that's not to say there isn't oligarchy in the Republican Party. But that's something that is beyond our control at the moment. But what isn't beyond our control is where that we can put our trust and our support. And we need to trust that Trump is doing the right thing for us. And let me walk you through why. We've got two, not one, but two executive orders out. The first was about the sex trafficking and the assets being confiscated from anyone that is involved in sex trafficking. And that was done primarily because the oligarchy is so vastly involved in sex trafficking. From Great Britain to the Rothschilds to the Vatican, it's all about sex trafficking, underage and beyond. You know, whatever they can profit from, that is what the oligarchy does, and it's usually on the criminal side. So we have to deal with that, and Trump's dealt with that, and he's cut them off at the knees by putting that into play. The second executive order was dealing with, I'm trying to phrase it correctly, terrorists, traitors as terrorists, American citizens as terrorists, and that's because so many of these oligarchy members at this point are U.S. citizens. They were born here, and they have been corrupting the system for their own benefit from the get-go. You know, just like the Rockefellers and, you know, these people that no longer have any empathy or care for the American people that they're supposed to be serving. You know, we are, you know, products, commodities, and not ones that are very well cared for at this point in the game. So you have these two things, that executive orders, that have put the oligarchy in a bad way. Now, where do we go from there is the question. Now, if you've been paying attention to Q, or what's been going on in Guantanamo Bay, you'll find out that Guantanamo Bay is full, that it is being expanded on, that the Trump has put out an order looking for someone that can build a second prison to hold all these oligarchy members. And that's where the 13,000 indictments come from, the sealed indictments. Now, you can look up in each of your states how many sealed indictments there are, so you can verify that, okay? You can find the sealed indictments. You can't find out who they're for, though. That's the point of them being sealed. But once those are unsealed and the arrests are made, these people, these politicians, these Hollywood actor types, the Richie Riches and 1% that have been destroying America for their own personal profit and power, They are going to be arrested and taken to Guantanamo Bay in Cuba, and there they will be held for a military tribunal because they're not going to get a fair justice system here in America because they have rigged our justice system. They've been, stacking the deck on, all kinds of things. So it's, once, people realize what's been going on for their own safety, they're probably better off to get a fair and just trial in Guantanamo Bay anyway. So there's a lot to look forward to from that. We're going to have a fresh start. And that's going to be an amazing thing. People having the power once again, rather than just a select few in the country. And we're going to get things dealt with that we have to focus on right now. From ending chemtrails and geoengineering to, geoengineered foods, poisons, and chemicals in our foods and waters. And just you walk through your local supermarket, it's it's aisle after aisle of chemicals. It's not food. It's like the old coffee joke. You want some coffee and your sugar. It's like I'd rather some food and my chemicals. So we have to battle the upcoming 5G internet. Techie, a nerd, and I'm all for it. Oh, give me the latest in technology, but 5G internet is tens of billions of dollars for the richie riches. Well, it's actually already being said to be incredibly harmful for living beings. So these things are going to be popping up, new cell towers everywhere, and there won't be a place in the United States for a living being to hide. So it's incredibly harmful. It's going to be radiation and damage to the body, and for the one percenters that control big pharma and all that, that cancer is a big money-making scheme, and so what's causing more cancer? It's a win-win for them, okay? It's not worth having faster internet speed if it's going to give you cancer. So let's just get rid of the 5G, all right? Chemtrails, I've been giving everyone heads up about what's been going on with them. Been getting a little more heavily involved with people that are directly involved with that, and hoping to make some real difference with that. More than just kind of reporting on the weather. But unfortunately, it was a nice day to start with, but right now it's a sheet of white out there, so you know what that means. The chemtrails have been sprayed, and it's not a very nice thing to walk under. We wanted to take the kids out for a walk on the beach, and now it's like, how safe is it really to do that? So, and the other thing that will be nice, once we finally get rid of all these oligarchy members, the government has seized over 5,135 patents. Now, I've been telling you that we are 100 years behind in the technology that is available, okay? There are 5,135 patents that have been seized by the oligarchy, by the deep state, to keep them in power, because they control the electric, they control the gas, and anything to stay in power. They don't want a better world. They want a world that they can control, and that's why we have to resist. We can't live in fear of them anymore. We can't live in fear of that's what they do. They want you in fear to control you, whether it's the fear of school shootings or fear of losing your job or fear of making enough money, making that next car payment, or it's going to get repoed. We cannot live in fear anymore. We have to put the fear in those in charge, okay? Because we're going to stand up and we're going to do what needs to be done, which is get involved. And we are going to make the difference in acknowledging that the two-party system is dead, okay? It doesn't work anymore. It does not serve the American people anymore. And what we're going to do is put people and planet ahead of profit and power. That is the difference that's going to be made. It's not Republican. It's not Democrat. It's people. So I'm very proud to do my part. And, I just had my first strike on YouTube for my last video about the Florida shooting. You tell the truth, you get a strike. So at least I know I was doing the right thing there. Hopefully, won't get any more strikes, and lose my page entirely on YouTube. But if I do, I also have BitChute, which I'm uploading this video and any future videos I do too now. You can also find me on MeWe.com should Facebook give me the boot. So, doing these little backup things because I know a lot of the people like myself that are finding themselves attacked by the likes of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and Google. Those are oligarchy channels of communication, and all they really want you to do is talk about the latest in sports and gossip, and they don't want you to actually talk about anything of substance. So that's what we have to do, is talk about things of substance and talk about things that are actually going to make a change for the positive. So we're going to wake people up to trusting Trump, to taking down the oligarchy this year with the 1,300 indictments, and it's going to be a nice year. I think astrology-wise, I guess all the full moons coming and all the number 11s that are going to be showing up means a lot of positive changes are coming our way. This is going to be a great year for all of us, and we just got to hang in there through this, the tough part. It's like the goddess Shiva. A little bit of destruction to renew and rejuvenate and create. So that's what we're looking at now. We're looking at the creation coming up, the brighter future coming up. And this year, 2018, is going to be the year that we see a lot of changes. So stay positive, make positive changes, and focus on people and planet ahead of profit and power. And that is how we are going to change the world. This is Joshua Ford, and I hope you have a great day.